Hi guys, so in this video I'm gonna tell you how exactly I am teaching maths to my 4-year-old. So before I show you the current concepts that I'm working on, I would like to tell you in brief how exactly I started teaching math. I introduced the concept of math when my child turned 3. Before that, he was just randomly counting 1, 2, 3, 4, like while climbing steps, as and how every child does, but he did not understand what exactly 1 is, 2 is. So we worked on the visual recognition of the numbers, that this is 3, this is 7, and so on. So I did numbers from 1 to 10, and then I even taught him the concept of 0. And post that, I asked him to do one-on-one correspondence. Suppose if I give him 7, he needs to count and put 7 objects there. Post this concept, we moved on to the domino number recognition. So here I focused on the numbers from 0 to 6, as in how it is present on the dice. So he used to tell me this is 3, 4, 0, 6, 5, 2, and 1. Now he can do that without counting. But initially it was a struggling as well as a challenge, that this particular task was a challenge to him. So he did get confused between 4 and 5, but eventually we were able to do that. So there's just an addition of 0 here, there's just an addition of one more dot here, and he knows that it is 5. So this involved a lot of exercises, like I made him draw. I used to give him this, I used to ask him put bindi and stamp on it, like give him a sheet. I used to ask him to just stamp and make the spot pattern, repeat the pattern. So one way that we did was, even we took, say, some some beans, rajma beans, and here I'm showing you with the help of this manipulative. So I used to ask him to form the same pattern. So this is 4, form the same pattern, this is 3, okay, form the same pattern, this is 5. So this, we did a lot of activities based on this, and eventually he was able to just tell me that this is 6, 3, and 3 is 6. There is a symmetry. So I showed him that. Currently I am working on numbers, say 7 to 10. Now that is not easy, and I would not recommend doing so. I'm just going to show you what exactly I'm working on and how exactly I'm doing. So here I'm teaching him the doubling concept. See, you have to teach the child the doubling concept, which is like from 0 to 5 he should know that double of 1 is 2, 2 is 4, 3 is 6, 4 is 8, and 5 is 10. There is a way that you can teach your child that. Now see, here it is 4, here it is 4, 4 and 4 is 8. Okay, so this is something that I'm working on, just like how I taught him 3 and 3 is 6, 2 and 2 is 4. Just like that, I am also teaching him through this number card that 5 and 5 is 10. So this is 10 frame. I'm definitely going to get back to it, but let's work on this particular topic. Now here I have taught him that 3 and 3 is 6, and there is one more dot, so it is 7. But it is very difficult for him to get this concept. So I knew that I need to get back to the concept that is 1 more than, 1 less than, and the concept, what comes after, what comes before. So I have made a note of all the areas that he was finding confusion in, and I've taken out ways to sort that particular concept in different ways. So this is exactly how I work. There is no fixed curriculum that I follow. I just go as per my child. If I feel that he has not understood one particular concept, which is actually the reason why the previous concept was not taken care of, so I go back to the first one, and that's how I do. So here I've taught him, I am continuously teaching him, see, there are 3 dots here, 3 dots here. So 3 and 3 is a 6, and then there is one more dot here. So what do you think, which number is that? So we take a number line. You can definitely laminate number line on a paper like this. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to show it to you in one of my story later. So you make a number line and you laminate it and keep it with you, so that your child, whenever he is doing, he's just going to visually see, and over practice he's going to know for sure. So what I do, I take this is 6, sorry, this is 7 and this is 6. So I show him what is the difference between these two set of cards. So he's like, there is an extra dot here. Then I ask him, okay, if this is 6 and there is an extra dot, which means that you get one more item, which number do you think it is? Now, this is the language in which I'm talking. Trust me, he's not able to respond to me right now because I know I need to work on that number line concept. Eventually he will be able to, tell me this is 7 because there is one more. I do ask him questions like, you have 2, I give you one more, how much you have now, how many chocolates you have now. So he is like 3, but when we go numbers beyond 5, it is little tricky. I do understand if I teach this concept to him when he is 5, he's gonna be able to grasp it pretty well, but right now I'm just kind of exposing him to different terminologies. That's it. So this becomes very easy when we redo it in grade, not in grade, but yeah, when he's 5 years old. So this is all domino pattern that I'm talking about here. Also, this is 9. How it is 9? 3 and 3 is 6, and then you add more, 3 more dots to it. 7, 8, 9. I'm also teaching him that, if you know this is 6, don't count it again like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know this is 6, so start from 7. 7, 8, 9. It is not that easy as it sounds right now, but yes, if we do it every day, if we practice it, if I talk to him every day, he's definitely gonna get this particular way of what I'm talking about. Now, similarly, post I teach him that 4 and 4 is 8. 4 and 4 is 8. All that he needs to do is 9 and 10. But right now, how he's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is how he's doing. So this is a baby step that I have to take to teach him number bonds. If I directly teach him number bonds, that will again be khichdi for him. But if I go the right way, step by step way, he's definitely going to understand. I'm going to tell you how. Right now we are working on number recognition through dominoes. Here he knows that 4 and 4 is 8, 9, 10. But when I introduce him to number bonds, it will be like he sees that it is 4, 4 and 2 is a 6, 6 and 4 is a 10, because he knows that 6 needs another 4 to make a 10. This is what I'm talking about. This is 6, it needs a 4 to make a 10. So I'm definitely going to tell you how to go about it. Okay, so that's all here for dominoes from 0 to 10. And I've also shared how am I actually going to go about it. It cannot be done in one single year. I think it takes 2.5 years if you start it early. And if you start it late, when your child is 5, it takes 6 months. So it's your call when you want to introduce this particular topic. Next topic that I introduced to my child. Yeah, I started it pretty early when he was 3.5. It is tens frame. This is something that I've made, laminated it. I took this image is available on Google. I just simply printed it out and laminated it. And now we play games. We play games like, let's make number 5. Okay, so either I give him this or I just show him the number like 7 and then he makes number 7. Okay, how to make number 7? I'm sorry. So he's gonna start from here. I always ask him to do from the left hand side. It is very important because right now he does from here, he goes back. He's just doing it quite in an unorganized way, but yes, this is how it has to be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I place these cards here and I ask him to match it. Which number do you think is 7 here? We have a 5 here, we have a 2, so this is 7. So this is something that I'm doing, but if you want to introduce 10 frame concept to your child, you have to understand that your child should actually know what is a 10 frame. 10 frame has 10 spaces in it, 10 blocks in it, 10 windows in it, 5 on the top, 5 at the bottom, 5 and 5 is 10. If you have everything on it, if each window has 1 dot, then you know it is number 10. If it is empty, it is number 0. If the top line is completed, you know, 1 2 3 4 5, it is number 5. So first you work this way. So this, and this, these are the things that you have to teach your child initially. Why? This is known as a 10 frame, because this frame has 10 frames inside, 10 cubes inside. Okay, so the top line is full. This is 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Initially you let your child to count, but then you also introduce this concept that if it is all filled up, it is 5. Okay, he's definitely gonna count 1 2 3 4 5, but discourage that. Let him do that for a few days, but then tell him, just visually see, you know that this whole thing is known as 10 and it is a symmetry. There should be 5 on top, 5 in the bottom. So if everything is filled up, it is 5. There is no need to count. Now what my son does these days is, suppose if I give him this, he's gonna count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. But I have to teach him that you know this is 5. Start after 5, 6, 7. So these are tiny things which really plays a vital role in teaching mathematics. You know, if these things are not clear, don't teach addition, subtraction to your child, even though if your child is, say, quite young and you feel that your child is great at mathematics. Work on the small steps that I'm talking about here, because this will help you a lot. Even if I don't teach my child addition till he is in grade 1, I know that he's gonna pick it up very well. It is just one command that I need to tell him and he's gonna give me the answer, because of all these things that I'm talking about, guys. This is something that I did not learn in 1 year. You know, I would say I've been blessed to have a couple of amazing teachers who is assisting my daughter. You know, there are a lot of information available on YouTube. You know, there are wonderful teachers, mathematicians who are there to help us. And from there, I have learned it. And sometimes I do change the steps as per my child's need. So this is what I am talking about. So your child should know 0, 10, 0, 10 and 5. So if there is nothing, it is 0. If it has the top line filled up completely, it is 5. If it is completely filled up top and bottom, it is number 10. Now post this, you will see that your child can definitely tell you this is 1, because it is so easy to see it is 1. This is 3. Now these things are helping him because, guys, we did dominoes. He can visually see it is 3 dots. He doesn't need to count 1 2 3. This is 2. And now this is something that I want to talk about. This is 4. How have I taught him? Now, yeah, visually he can definitely tell me this is number 4. Okay, but I have taught him that when the whole thing is full, it is 5, and this is one slot is empty. So it is 1 less than 5. Check your number line. Which number is before 5? What comes before 5? What is 1 less than 5? I'm using these terminologies. Right now, he's not able to tell me. I have to be quite honest, because you have to practice it with your child at home. He's not able to tell me all these answers. He is counting. But then, because I'm talking like this, he will understand that there is one empty space. There is one full space. If I give 1 here, it becomes a 5. If I take 1 out of this, it becomes 4. So this is something that we have to talk. It's a brain exercise. Similarly, if I take a 6, 6 is again quite easy. But how am I gonna teach that to my child? My child knows this is 5. There's 1 more here. What comes after 5? What is 1 more than 5? 6. So this is how I am actually working on, and I know that it is not that easy. So just to assist this particular concept that I'm talking about, I have used the number line. So whenever I do it, I will be having a number line here which has, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it is more, you go towards the right. When it is less, it is towards the left. And I will also be doing it with the help of some counters, you know, manipulatives like this or these or rajma beans, anything that your child has, a car, anything. Just be sure that he doesn't get distracted. So, you know, suppose if it is 4, I'm gonna say 1 more than 4. I give you 1 more. You have 1 more chocolate. So now you have 5. You tell me which is big. 4 is big or 5 is big. So we are also working on greater than, less than concept. So see, there are so many things that I have to teach when I'm teaching the numbers from 0 to 10. I don't have time to teach him numbers beyond 10, because I know if this is not sorted, there's no point of making my child recognize numbers from 0 to 100, because I know it doesn't help. If he's done with this, whenever I teach the higher things, suppose if I teach him 11, 12, 13, how am I going to teach? I'm going to teach him 10 and 1 is 11. Like, this is something that I've again understood from people. So you should have a number card, because we always start with the visual recognition कि number 1, number 11 दिखता कैसा है. So number 11 is 1 and 1, 11. But how do you make it? 10 and 1. Now my child, after doing all these, knows what is 10. 10 means आपके पास 10 object है. So we have 10, digit 10, then we have 1 here, and then we have 1, 1, 11. So that's how he's learning. He's forming it. Post that, when he knows what is 11, I'm going to give him 11, just a second, the flashcard 11, like this. I'm going to give him the flashcard 11, and then I'll ask him to make number 11. So first step is 10 frame, guys. 10 frame is a baby step. If you want to introduce this concept to younger kids, you always start with 10 frame. But if you have 5 and above kids, you can also start with rods. But both are same ways of doing it. So definitely I'll show him this, and then we're going to do this. But I'm going to do both together, because these are all visual discrimination, visual recognition. These are manipulatives that helps a child to visually see what a particular number stands for. So this is 10. I tell him how it is 10. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You make it with these ones. So this is 1. So now comes the concept of place value, which I'm not taking it in this video. I'm just giving you a brief. So I ask him, how many ones do you need to make a 10? So my child will say 10. Okay, how many ones are there in 10? So he's going to say 10. But how many tens are there is in 10? Just 1 10. So this is how it's going to help him. So now I'll ask him to make 11. So it is 10 and 1, 11. So that's all, guys, that I'm actually working on. Post we complete these set of concepts, I am gonna introduce and I'm gonna tell you in my next video, which may happen after 1 year when my child is 5, on the things that I'm gonna work with him when he's 5. So that's all, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.